Yeah. Good looking out there. Yeah. Ha, it's Flav, you heard? It's Flav. Check it, I had to get what I earned. It's my turn. Welcome to the show. It's Trenton's Tavern. Yeah. Ha, that's how we doing it. Welcome to the show, y'all. Enjoy.
Hey YouTube, guess who's back? You already know what it is, man. It's your boy for episode 4. We're gonna call this joint self-worth, and I'm gonna get into it just in a little bit. You know what I mean? We're gonna call this joint self-worth. But first of all, before I get started, you know what I gotta do. Everybody knows what I have to do already. If you don't, go watch the other episodes and you'll find out quickly what I gotta do. Why I do this is to set the mood. You know what it is. You know what I mean? So while I'm doing that, I would like to thank everybody so far that has been supportive of me, that have went and liked my videos, commented on them, subscribe to my channels. Make sure when you subscribe, you turn on the bell. You gotta hit the bell for when I post, and when I post, it'll alert you and it'll tell you, you know what I mean, like the episode is up ready to watch. So it's not a surprise to you getting it firsthand, you know what I mean? So with that being said, I would like to thank everybody. I would like to welcome everybody back to Trenton's Tavern. This is episode number 4. I'm moving, I'm working. I told y'all what it was gonna be. This won't stop, you heard me? So yes, I'd like to thank everybody for all of the support. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, you know what I mean? Like, and we're gonna keep it moving, you heard me? So this is episode number 4. This is called self-worth. This is the topic of the day, you know what I mean? So let's jumping right into it, because I'm running a little behind schedule. Football game is on, of course, because I'm recording on Monday, and today is the first day of autumn/fall. Anybody that knows me that knows that this is my favorite season. So I would like to welcome everybody to fall. I'm hoping this year Columbus gets some type of, blizzard or something. Like I want it to snow. I'm ready for the cold weather. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I love it. You know what I mean? So I'm waiting for that. This is the first day of autumn though, so I'm in a great mood. You know what I mean? And I want y'all to be in a great mood with me. So moving on, let's do this, man. Self-worth. All right, here we go. So this is a topic that I've been wanting to do for a little while now. Because one of the things that I talked about in my last episode was why I have anxiety, right? And it's some of my anxiety comes from the pressure of social media. You know, when I sat back and I decided to do a YouTube page, you know what I mean, I it was a lot of ifs, ands, and buts, you know what I mean, like, and there was a lot of concern as to how people was gonna take it, and you know how I would be portrayed as a person and things like that. But before I did it, like I said, I had to go on a fast to find out who I was as a person, because I can't do anything in life without having my own self-worth. Because what's gonna happen is what would eventually happen is I'll get on social media, or I'll do my YouTube page. It's gonna be negativity. It's gonna be comments that I don't like and things like that, and I'll fold under the pressure of people portraying me how they want to see me, instead of me just living on and doing what I want to do because of who I am. You know what I mean? So right now I have a hard time. Like one of the reasons that I hate social media is because I get on there and it's hard for me to determine, like, if people are doing stuff just for money, or are they doing it because this is really how they feel like they have to, you know, get recognized, or are they doing it like, but a lot of it says to me that these people don't have self-worth. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of this stuff that I see online is just like, do anybody sit down and ask themselves, like, what am I worth as a person? You know what I mean? Like, what are my goals? What do I want to accomplish in life? What is the lineage that I want to leave behind when I pass away? What is the legacy that I want to leave behind when I pass away? And a lot of people do not seem to have it. You know what I mean? A lot of people just seem to fall into that role where I'm gonna do this because I think social media like it. You know what I mean? Like, one of my things is, like, when I'm on Instagram, one of my problems is I can't scroll for a good 2 minutes without seeing a woman demote herself. You know what I mean? Every other post it has something to do with a woman exposing herself, whether it's in public or she's doing it for a skit. You know what I mean? Or she thinks it's funny to be going in the store licking ice cream and stuff, or she just flat out naked. You know what I mean? Like, whatever the case may be. And people say, oh, well, you can't tell people how to live their lives. I'm not telling anybody how to live their life. But what I am saying is you may get a lot of likes and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when you go home, I know you can't sit there and tell yourself that you value your life to the fullest. You know what I mean? Because I just don't understand why women feel like they have to exploit themselves all the time, you know what I mean, to get likes and to become famous. And the problem with that becomes when you exploit yourself like that. If your end goal is to have a family and get a husband and all of these other things, like it should be, if you continue to exploit yourself like that, you're never gonna find that, because that's all you're giving people. That's all you're giving people to know you as, is that type of person that, you know, just would do anything for likes and stuff. You don't have to have, especially if you have the connections, you don't have to always be doing something where you know your ass is out, you know what I mean, or you twerking, or you know what I mean, you in a park on a stripper pole, or you know what I mean, you just out here. You know, like you just out here. It's kind of nasty for real, and it gets old. Like it's not even something that is becoming. It's not even something that's like it's normal now. So you have to really be some type of different to be getting these reactions from people, because everybody doing it. We know that everybody is having, you know, they're getting the surgeries done, they're getting the stuff, and I have no problem with that. If you don't feel like your body is up to par, go do what you got to do. You know what I mean? I believe in natural stuff. So I like, you know, whatever God gave you, I believe that's what you're supposed to have. But I'm not telling anybody how to live. I'm just saying, for the first time, that I think women should just begin to value themselves more, because when you put yourself out there like that, right? But then you have people in your DMs and they talking to you, y'all want to say that they thirsty. And it's like, well, how you gonna call me thirsty when this is the only person I know you as? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying, like, as far as, you know, strippers and all of these quote unquote Instagram models and comedians that are just out there doing this stuff just for likes, and this is how you want to be noticed, it's like you're saying a lot without saying a lot. And a lot of it is just like, yo, it's most of the time it's beautiful women. It's like, y'all could go another route and still be successful. You know what I mean? Like, you can still be successful. And that's one of the things, like, and that's another reason why I don't really watch TV, because it's just like, no matter what it is, like somehow some type of sexual something has to be put in something to get people's attention. And y'all wonder why it's like that, but it's been like that for years. You know, like it's been like that for a long time. So now that, you know, that's the gimmick for women. But y'all got the Me Too movement and stuff, which is a contradiction. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to get too much in that, but that was one of the things that bothered me. And another thing is just like these the Instagram models and these kids that's coming up today, or not models, the Instagram comedians and stuff that's coming up today. I just don't believe, like, I don't believe that some of the stuff that y'all do, you know what I mean, like, you have to do, like going into a public place screaming mad loud, you know what I mean, for everybody to get scared and you get their attention just to walk out. You know what I mean? Like, or like Bunk was doing, stealing stuff and running. You know what I mean? And it's like us and nothing against anybody else, but us as black people, like, we already have a target on our back. So when y'all do stuff like that, y'all not only make yourselves look foolish, but y'all also making black people look crazy too. You know what I mean? I know y'all trying to be funny. I know y'all doing it for your audience and blah, blah, blah. But I just don't think that it has to be that way, because I can't remember Dave Chappelle, Martin Lawrence, Chris Tucker, none of the kings of comedy, like the legends. I don't remember them having to go out in public and do stupid stuff to become famous. You know what I mean? It's all about self-worth and knowing who you are. You know what I mean? To get to where you want. Because I mean, let's just look at Dave Chappelle's situation. After the Dave Chappelle show was over, they offered him 50 mil to come back to do a season or whatever. He turned it down. And anybody in their right mind is going to be like, yo, why would you turn down 50 mil? But it was because they wanted him to do some stuff that he just wasn't willing to do as a person. He wasn't willing to jeopardize his integrity. He wasn't. So he packed his family up and went to Africa for a little while. You know what I mean? And came back. And the same 50 mil that they offered him, you wouldn't even believe how much Netflix is giving him now. It's double that. You know what I mean? It's double that. And that's because Dave Chappelle knows who he is. He knows what he's worth. You know what I mean? Like, and I know you have your platform to do whatever you want. So I'm not discrediting anybody. I'm just saying, if you take a step back and you think about your self-worth, I think you would make a decision based off of that, other than just saying, oh, well, this is what the internet likes, blah, blah, blah. Because what's going to happen is, it's going to put you in a situation, not technically like 6ix9ine situation, but there will be a situation where you have to, face who you really are, and then you're gonna look foolish just like 6ix9ine. Because the thing about 6ix9ine is, yeah, it was fun, it was cute, all that other stuff, you know what I mean, that he was going in there telling everybody to suck his D and all of that other stuff, you know what I mean, he's untouchable, blah, blah, blah. But 6ix9ine is telling on everybody right now. And when I say everybody, he bringing people into this situation that has nothing to do with nothing. You know what I mean? And it's because he's scared. He wasn't built for that life that he's in right now. He wasn't built for that life. If y'all don't know, 6ix9ine was a kid from Harlem or Brooklyn, wherever he's from in New York, working in a bodega making sandwiches and stuff before he became famous. And he just happened to reach, he just happened to get in contact with the right people, and they like, well, this is what's gonna happen. Boom. This is the persona that you're gonna portray. And he even said it, like, he's like, cool, if I gotta do this, then I just need you to send some bloods to the, send some bloods to the photo shoot, or send some blood to the video, and this is what we're gonna do. So now he facing 47 years. He like, I can't do it. I ain't gonna do it. Because he's not built for that. You know what I mean? Like, Shotty, which is his manager, is taking responsibility for everything he did, because Shotty used to be in the streets. He already know what the game is. That's who Shotty is. You know what I mean? So a lot of you cats, y'all gonna get pressed by some people and stuff like that, and you can even see it. You can even see it, just like I was talking about Boom stealing stuff. You know what I mean? The last time he disappeared for a while, and the last time I seen him, he got his jaw wired shut because somebody he stole from, they caught up to him, and I mean, I guess they hands work really well, because he got his jaws wired shut. It's like, who you portray to be is gonna come back in the future, and you're gonna have to prove who you really are. But the thing is, if you know who you are and whose you are, you know what I mean? If you value your self-worth, if you look back, if you take a step back before you do anything, and you value your self-worth, you know what I mean? Nobody can tell you nothing, and you'll live so much better. You know, you'll live so much better, because another thing that I think about is a lot of these young rappers, you know what I mean, they doing all of these drugs and all of this stuff like this. A lot of these kids could actually rap, one, before they got signed, and somebody made them, because that's who funded their lifestyle. Somebody made them something they're not, number one. And two, they're not really even rich like they portray online. They're not really even living these lives for real like that. But you would never know, because this is who they portray to be. You know what I mean? And a lot of people just put their self-worth to the side because they just willing to do anything for money, and it's not that serious. It's not that serious. And one more thing that I think about when I think about that is, if you seen the Tyler Perry movie, Acrimony, I think it was. It was about, Taraji P was the wife, and she started dating a kid in college, you know what I mean? Like, and he had this plan of generating, I think, a battery or a generator or something like that. And when she graduated high school, her grandmom had passed away, but she left her like, I want to say like $300,000 or $400,000, and she ended up getting married, and dude cheated on her, you know what I mean, in college, but she ended up taking him back, and it was cool, you know. Then after they got married, he was still working on his joint, but he didn't have a job and nothing like that. And he just kept trying to get into this one big tech company, you know what I mean? Like, and he just kept getting turned down. So after they got married, she pretty much spent all her savings on them. They was about to lose her mom's house and all of that other stuff. She spent all of that, and not too long after, you know, they had went broke and they was about to lose the house and stuff like that, he got an interview finally from the chick that he cheated with back in college. He got an interview from the tech company. Well, the first interview, they like, oh, it's a good idea. We want to give you $800,000 for your battery. Boom, boom, boom. And he waited all of these years to get this. He waited all of these years to get this interview. But when they said $800,000, he kind of felt disrespected because he like, I know what my product is worth. I know what I'm worth, period. Before my product, I know what I'm worth. So he like, it's a generous offer, but I cannot take it. And they like, okay, well, thanks for coming. He's just like, yeah, like I just can't do it. So he goes home and he tells Taraji that, you know, because he skipped out on a job from her sister's husbands ran a business, and he skipped out on a job and almost made them lose their trucks and stuff. And he's like, you know, I had an offer for $800,000, and she is like, you didn't take it? And he like, nah, I couldn't, because I know it's worth more than what they're offering me. And she like, F it, I want a divorce, like it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Now before all of that, when they was kids, he told her, said, I'm gonna buy you the penthouse, I'm gonna buy you a yacht with your name on it, blah blah blah. And he was feeding her all this stuff. She just wasn't trying to hear it. You know what I mean? Because he had drained her of everything. I mean, when I say everything, he drained her of everything. And it's a really good movie too. But he had drained her of everything, right? So she got the divorce. He ended up getting back in touch with the chick that he cheated with. And he got another offer. And this time, the offer was like something stupid. I think it was like $100 million or something like that. And it broke. You know, I mean, he finally got it because he knew his self-worth. He knew what his product was worth. You know what I mean? Like, he knew, and he just was not going to demote himself and belittle himself just for one offer. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I'm saying when it comes to self-worth. You know what I mean? Like, and if you haven't seen that movie, that's a really good movie. You should watch it. But he didn't crumble because of one offer, like because he knew who he was. You know what I mean? Like he knew who he was. And I just wanted to do this to tell people, like, it doesn't matter what anybody else has to say. Like, only you know what is best for you. Only you know what's best for you. So I would say before you make any type of decisions, you have to step back, evaluate yourself, you know what I mean? And really ask yourself, you know, what am I really worth? How much am I really worth in my head? I don't care if it's a ridiculous number, or I don't care if it's ridiculous expectations or whatever. Only you know what you're worth. You know what I mean? Only you. Nobody else can tell you what you're worth. So if it's not living up to your standards, and it's not living up to what you believe that you're worth, don't take it, B. I'm telling you, the Joe Budden podcast is a living example of it, because before they got their Spotify deal, they had numerous offers on the deal or on the table to get signed by other people, and he just strictly said, well, we can take this money, and we'll just have to our podcast is going to get structured in the ways that they want, or we can take less money, which is still decent money, and we can continue to just make our own way, you know what I mean, and provide for ourselves. And all of his boys is like, oh yeah, F the money, we want to do it our way. but now they're like the top 3 podcasts in the world. You have to know your self-worth, yo. It takes you so much farther than deleting yourself or demoting yourself, you know what I mean, just for a moment. Because at the end of the day, you're at one point in life, you're gonna have to show your true colors and who you really are. But if you've always been true to who you are, you'll never have to worry about anything else. Like, it'll never be a position where you're uncomfortable being yourself. That's why I still have the same friends that I have today. Like, because all of my friends, despite if I agree with what they do and things of that sort, all of my friends have been the same since day one. Everybody that I mess with have always been the same. Some for better, some for worse, but I can say I know what to expect out of my friends because they've been the same since day one. You know what I mean? So I would say you have to, in order to know your self-worth, you have to be around people with the same mindset as you and the same visions as you. You know what I mean? That's trying to go somewhere in life. You got to keep yourself surrounded by positivity. You have to keep yourself surrounded by positivity because negativity is only going to drive you down 100%. And negativity is almost like a sickness. You know what I mean? Like, if you're around it for too long, you'll begin to feel negative and you won't even know why. You don't even know where it's coming from, but it's because you've surrounded yourself around this. So this is how you feel now. This is what you're used to. So I would say surround yourself by positive people and positivity. Evaluate yourself and ask yourself what, like tell yourself every day that you're never gonna settle for less. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not knocking anybody. Do what you do, B. Do what you do, but just remember there will come a time where your true colors are gonna be exposed. And if you're used to being something that you're not, I can guarantee you 100% of the time you're gonna fail. 100% of the time you're gonna fail. But yeah, man, I just wanted to do that to say, I just wanted to do this topic, you know, to say you don't have to lower your standards. You don't have to be what people want you to be. You don't have to, you don't have to self-demote. You don't have to self-demote for any reason at all. You know what I mean? Be who you are, and your self-worth will help your net worth grow. I promise you that. So with that being said, that's the topic of the day. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, share this please, because it might help somebody. My words may help somebody. I got some really good topics coming up in the next few weeks, some really good topics. But I wanted to get that one out of the way. So yeah, man, just value your life, man. Value yourself, because you're more than what people tell you. You're more, and the longevity will be a lot better. I promise you. So yeah, that's that. And you know what time it is now. Sports talk, baby. Yeah. And the thing is, with this sports talk right now, man, I had a bad weekend last week, man. I had a really bad weekend. Since we gonna do college, I'm gonna do the NFL this week too. But since we doing college, just pray for my boys. Michigan is not looking too well. This team has no identity right now, on defense or offense. I don't know what to say, because the coaching staff is pretty good. We have all the talent in the world. The culture is off, I want to say, in the locker room. And I just don't know what to think of this team right now. So just pray for my boys, because I don't know how the rest of this season is going to go, but it's going to be a very, very long season. Yeah. Hell to the victors, man. But sheesh. That Wisconsin game was nasty. They did us something dirty. But anyways, I'm going to get into these picks real quick, all right? So, starting off from top to bottom. I don't know who's number 25. I think it's Michigan State. I didn't write that one down for some reason. So we're going to go to number 24. We have number 24, Kansas State versus Oklahoma State. I actually got that as an upset. I think Oklahoma State is going to take that because they kind of good on the low. They just been playing really good teams. So I kind of got Oklahoma State on that one. Then we got number 23, Texas A&M versus Arkansas. Arkansas ain't been good since it was a nasty running back that used to play. He was good too, and I don't remember his name, but he used to play for them, and they ain't been good for some years. So I got Texas A&M for that one. Then we got UCF versus UConn. UCF finally lost the game. It was a really good game too, but they finally lost the game in like 200 plus days. But I think they bounced back this week and they beat UConn. Then we got 21 USC versus 17 Washington. That game is going to be a shootout. It's going to be really good because it's probably going to be a late game too because that's on the West Coast. But I got USC winning that one. Then we got my boys that didn't drop. They started at number 7 or something, and they number 20 now. Michigan plays Rutgers. I think Michigan wins. I just don't know by how much, which is really bad because our first string quarterback is probable. Our second string quarterback got the hit of his life. It was a nasty, dirty hit, and he's doubtful because of a concussion. So we're going to have, Joe Milton is black, and I'm pretty sure he's pretty good. I haven't seen too much tape on them, so I don't know, but I think they'll handle Rutgers. They win by 2 touchdowns maybe. Then we got number 19, Utah versus Washington State. That game is actually going to be a lot better than what people think it is as well. But I'm going with the upset, Washington State. I like that team, and I don't know why I like that team. They just always seem to be good, but I like them. Then we have number 18 versus number 10, Notre Dame. Number 18, Virginia versus number 10, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is pretty good. They're better than what I thought, and I seen that last week when they played Georgia. And the thing is, they played Michigan, and that game is probably gonna get out of control. I hope not, because it's a home game, but yeah, I don't know how. But I got Notre Dame winning that one. Then number 16, Boise State has a bye week. Then we go on to number 15, Cal versus Arizona State. Arizona State is pretty decent. I don't know if they won last week or if they even played, but I'm giving that one to Cal because Cal is different this year. They look a little bit different. They're a little bit swifter, quicker. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But I got Cal winning that one. Then we got number 14, Iowa versus Middle Tennessee. Now Michigan played Middle Tennessee the first game of the season, and it wasn't a horrible game, but it just didn't look like it should have looked. But I think Iowa handled business. Go Big Ten. You heard, I was not one of the Big Ten teams that I really dislike. I actually like them and the culture there. Then you got number 13, Oregon has a bye week. Then you have number 12, Penn State versus Maryland. Maryland looked great for the first 2 weeks. Looked really bad against somebody else that they just played. I can't remember off the top. Temple beat Maryland really bad, and it didn't look good. But I got Penn State because I believe that game is at home. And it's hard to play at Penn State. Then you got number 11, Texas with the bye week. And then you go to number 9, Florida versus Townsend. I don't know how these teams are still playing these like division high school teams. Or I don't even know what division this team is, Townsend. Where is this team at? Florida wins by a landslide. Yeah. A landslide, because where is this team? What is that team? Townsend what? Like, whatever. And then you got number 8, Wisconsin versus Northwestern. Wisconsin just beat they whooped Michigan like we was they kids, fam, and it was so hurtful. I'm so hurt. Can't y'all tell? Look at my face. I'm so hurt, but I'm still hurting by that too. But Wisconsin seems to be legit this year. Yeah, so I got Wisconsin on that one, the Badgers. Then we got number 7, Auburn versus Mississippi State. I like the Mississippi State quarterback because he was a Penn State transfer, but Auburn looks legit too. Still can't tell just yet because they got to play Alabama and stuff later, but Auburn looks legit, and they have a really tough schedule, but we'll see. So we got Auburn on that one. And then we have number 6, Oklahoma versus Texas Tech. Oklahoma got Jalen Hurts at quarterback. He's a Heisman candidate. I just don't think Texas Tech has the defense to hold him. Oklahoma by 3 touchdowns. Game of the week is Ohio State versus Nebraska. For some reason, everybody was super high on Nebraska. I don't know why. But Ohio State wins that one. it may be a little close. It may be interesting for a little while, but I think Ohio State wins that. I hope I'm wrong, but I think Ohio State wins that. Then we got number 4, LSU is on a bye. We got number 3, Georgia. They are also on a bye. Then you got number 2, Bama versus Ole Miss. That game's going to be interesting again for another 5 minutes. And then Bama will just go crazy too, and the boys are going to take care of business. And then you got Clemson. I'm not even going to say what Clemson. I'm not even giving y'all any predictions about Clemson. Clemson is going to win every game this year. But if y'all want to know, they play North Carolina. They're going to win until they get to the championship, and that's going to be that. Yeah, so that's my picks for the top 25 for college football. And this, like I said, this week I'm doing NFL. So starting off right now, the game is the Bears playing the Redskins. It's 28-3 Bears with the third quarter just starting. That game's over. But moving on to Thursday night, it's the Eagles versus the Packers. My dad is an Eagles fan, and he was mad because they lost because Aguilar couldn't catch. The Ravens lost too, but we was playing the Chiefs though, so the Chiefs got like the best offense in the game, and the game we only lost by like 6. So I ain't taking that, but the Eagles lost. But I got the Packers winning that because the Packers look legit, and they got Rashawn Gary from Michigan, and he got his first sack. Go out, shouts out to Rashawn Gary. You heard me? So I got the Packers winning that, and those short games. The Thursday night games are terrible, but I got the Packers winning that. And then, going on Sunday, the Ravens play the Browns. We got them, and I'm willing to bet that. I'm betting on my boys because the Browns just don't seem to be what everybody thought the Browns was. Like I said in the first place, they look really good on camera or on paper, but I mean that offensive line got Baker running for his life like he Forrest Gump. You know what I mean? Like he ain't been. Nah, I got the Ravens. Easy Ravens. Then we got the Titans versus the Falcons. I think Matt Ryan and the boys take care of business. I got the Falcons on that. Then we got the Patriots versus the Patriots. Whatever. It don't matter who they play. Chiefs versus the Lions. Chiefs offense is just unstoppable. I just don't know what to make of it, but. I mean, they don't even got Tyreek Hill right now, but I got the Chiefs. Then we got the Raiders versus the Colts. Jacoby Brissett looks like he is set for this show. It don't look like the Colts is missing Andrew Luck too much right now because, I mean, he's doing his thing, you heard? So I got the Colts winning that. Then we got the Chargers versus the Dolphins. The Dolphins are the worst team in the NFL. I don't know what happened because they got decent players, but that team is awful. So I got the Chargers winning that by like 4 touchdowns. Then we got the Redskins versus the Giants. The Giants finally benched Eli, which salute to Eli. He won 2 championships against the Patriots. But your time is done, and Daniel Jones, which everybody hated that pick on draft night, but Daniel Jones seemed to be like the new wave. Saquon is out for a few weeks with an ankle injury though, so that might be a little tough, but y'all still did come back and win this last Sunday, so we'll see. I got and the Redskins is getting blown out right now, so I got the Giants winning that. Then you got the Panthers and the Texans. I'm gonna give it to the Texans only because Cam is out hurt, and I think all of the Texans is healthy, so it's only right. Even though the Panthers did win this last time, last week Sunday, but I'm giving that to the Texans. Then you got the Buccaneers and the Rams. The Rams is legit, man. They're a contender. I got the Rams winning that. Seahawks versus Cardinals. The Cardinals are also bad. It's a lot of switching going around. You got a rookie quarterback, all that other stuff. I got the Seahawks winning that. You got the Vikings versus the Bears. The Bears defense is something different, B. Like with Khalil Mack and them, I don't know. I got to give it to the Bears on that one. Then you got the Jags versus the Broncos. That game is going to be nasty, like because neither one of those offenses are great. But I'm giving it to the Broncos just because Joe Flacco, which is an ex-Raven, is on that team, so they got it. And then the Sunday night game is going to be a really good game. The Cowboys versus Saints. I'm going to give it to the Cowboys only because Drew Brees is out right now. So I think depending on where it's at, what stadium it's at, I'm going to give it to the Cowboys because they look good. And it just burns my soul to say that because I hate the Cowboys. Like I 100% hate the Cowboys, but They look really good right now. Dak is doing what Dak does. Zeke ain't really producing like he should be, but I mean, he's still a factor. Then you got Amari Cooper and all of them. Like, yeah, they just look good. And with no Drew Brees, like, I just don't see it happening. So, I got the Cowboys on that one. And then Monday Night Football is the Bengals versus the Steelers. I hate both of these teams. And Ben Roethlisberger is out. Andy Dalton, that game might be a little bit close, but I think the Steelers defense hold them off to take that. And yeah, that is the picks for the week. That's the top 25 college, and it's the NFL games of the week. So enjoy that. But you know what time it is now. I've talked y'all ear off long enough for 35 minutes now. So I'm about to end this right now. And y'all know this is the time that I say goodbye. This is the segment where I like to say cheers to y'all. I went into a store today and got this. I think it's called Mio Nito. Something like that. I don't know what it is. It's a sparkling wine from like Italy or something, and I've never heard of it. But when I seen it, I was like, yo, I gotta try this for the show tonight. So this is what I'm gonna send y'all off with. Cheers. So we're gonna pop this joint open and see what this joint hitting for. Ooh, it smells good. It's a sparkling wine, yo. Take it easy tonight. Let's see what this hitting for. Mio Nito. Look this joint up too. It's legit too. Let's see what this hitting for. Here, sparkling wine. That's not too bad at all. They have more that I think is more famous because I was doing some research on it too. And I seen like the Mio Nito like Brut is the most famous joint, but that's also the spark. That's more of like a champagne kind of. But yeah, man, this joint is tough. This is good. I'm about to drink this. That's what's up. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys like. Make sure you guys share. Make sure you guys comment. Please get the word of mouth around. You know what I mean? Because that's how I'm gonna make it. And I thank y'all for watching, tuning in. Until next week. This is Trenton's Tavern. Cheers. Y'all have a nice week. I'll see y'all next week because I'm coming back. But y'all know what I say. Next week, and then the week after that, and then the week after that. And before I go, just remember, whatever you do, before you do it, take a step back and ask yourself, is the risk worth the reward? Your life will be perfect. You heard me? Till next time, I'll see y'all. We out.